Good morning. Today I'm making two dishes. Here's some hamburger meat. This is about 2 pounds of hamburger meat, and I cooked it yesterday knowing that I was going to use it today, and I'm going to use it for two different dishes. One dish, I'm going to make Ernie a meat pie. I'm going to saute these vegetables. Here I've got onions, I've got a leftover tomato with some leftover celery, and that is some frozen coleslaw vegetables that I bought pre-cut, and of course I had to freeze them because they were getting a little old, so they will be stir-fried along with this and with that meat and a little bit of egg, and I'm going to put it in this pie shell and cover it up and make with the other pie shell and make Ernie a meat pie. Now the second dish will be a different video, but I'm going to make me something Mexican. If you've watched my videos, you know I say that when you're married or when you have a family, everybody doesn't like everything. Well, Ernie doesn't like Mexican food. Now he likes Spanish rice, but he doesn't like tacos, and he doesn't like burritos and that sort of thing. So I am going to make me something Mexican, I don't know what, out of half of that meat, and I'm going to make Ernie a meat pie out of the other half. So we'll be back. Okay, I'm going to start the stir fry of these vegetables. Here's those frozen ones. Here's the tomatoes and celery. Oops. And here's the onions. Just a second, let me clear off these plates. I gotta film one-handed, sorry guys. Okay, I got all my veggies in here, and I'm just gonna stir fry them till they're a little on the soft side. Now, I am going to, let me turn the heat down, because I don't want them to fry or anything. Not fry like if I was gonna be eating them for stir fry, but I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. And a wee touch of pepper. Now remember, it's going to be mixed with this meat here, and that meat has not been spiced. There's no salt, no pepper, no nothing in that meat. So that's why there's a little bit more salt in here than you would normally think. But I'm not putting, pepper. I'm not putting that much salt in here because I am going to add a little bit of this beef bouillon, because like I said, that meat has no spice in it, but I'm going to wait to add the beef bouillon until this is almost cooked. So now we're just going to let these vegetables soften up a little bit, and we'll take it from there. So we'll be back. Okay, I got these veggies cooked. Now I'm going to add the half of the hamburger meat that I've got ready back here that goes in for Ernie's meat pie. So just a second, I'll be right back. So that's about a pound of hamburger meat. Like I said, what happened was I cooked this hamburger meat last night. It's about 2 pounds. Put no salt, no pepper, no nothing in it. And I stir-fried those veggies, and here is half. That started out as 2 pounds. So this is half of the hamburger meat, and I'm making Ernie a meat pie that I'm going to put in these pie shells and bake. So now this is all. The hamburger meat was already cooked, so I just sauteed those veggies. And that looks good. So now I have to have a binder in here. What I want to do is I want to make this more like a a pie when it's cold that he can hold it in his hand. Like a traveling meat pie. But I didn't want to go through making individual little meat pies. Now, meat pies, as you know, many years ago, not just in England, but in the United States, there would be meat pies or pies, and they could stick them in their pocket and carry with them to work, and that would be their lunch. Well, of course, Ernie doesn't work. He's retired. So I want to make a meat pie in a pie, but I still want to make it where he can cut the pie and hold it in his hand and eat it if he wanted to. Kind of sort of along the lines of like a pizza with a lid, I guess you'd say. I think that would be a cannoli. I'm not too sure. So what I'm going to do for a little bit of binder here is I'm going to add an egg. So just a second, I'll be right back. I decided to go ahead and add 2 eggs. If you remember, I said before about how everybody doesn't like everything. I don't care for like hamburger helper type dishes, but Ernie loves them. And Ernie doesn't like Mexican dishes. He likes Spanish rice, but he doesn't like Mexican dishes like burritos or enchiladas or tacos or stuff like that, and I do. So this hamburger meat is going to turn into 2 different dishes. One for Ernie, which is this meat pie. Now I want to get that egg cooked. And one for me, which is going to be Mexican. So I want to put a little bit of cook on this egg before I add it to that pie shell and put the lid on. Not much, but just a little bit. Help to keep it from making the pie crust so soggy. So I think that's good. You know what? I think I'm going to add another egg. Yeah, I think I will. Hold on, I'll be right back. So there's my other egg. Now here's my recap of what is in here. There is about a pound of ground beef. I have some slaw-style veggies, which would be cabbage, carrots, that sort of thing, that I stir-fried and heated up with some onions and some celery. And I just added 3 eggs. Of course, I added salt and pepper. I added a little bit of, boy, I can't talk today, can I? I added a little bit of beef bouillon to give it some flavor. And notice I didn't add garlic. This is Ernie's, so I will not, and I won't eat this, so I will not add garlic. But there we go. That looks good. That's where I want it. A little bit of that egg showing up there. That's how I want it. That'll give it a little bit of binding in that pie. So let me turn this off, and I'm going to fill up my pie shell. Okay, so here's the meat in the pie shell. Now there's no cheese in this either because Ernie doesn't like cheese. Not like this anyway. So there's all that ingredients in the bottom pie shell. In just a second, I will add the top pie shell. Okay, here's the top pie shell on. It kind of stuck to the other pie plate, but I fixed it and I think it looks okay. Now I'm going to show you another little trick that I learned when baking pies. So hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, here's my little trick for the crust. Sometimes the edge of the crust will burn before the pie, or get very dark before the pie is done. So I learned this little trick where you just add some tin foil and you cover up the edges, and then when your pie is about where you want it, you take this tin foil off. So I'm going to stick it in the oven, and I shall be back, and we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Okay, now here's Ernie's pie. I'm getting ready to take this tin foil off the sides so that the crust can finish cooking. So now I'll stick it back in the oven and I'll let that crust brown up, and then we'll be back. Okay, here's Ernie's meat pie out of the oven. We're going to let it cool off a little bit, and then we'll cut into it and Ernie will do a taste test. Well, Ernie's getting hungry and he doesn't want to wait until this cools off any longer. So I'm going to cut him a piece, put it on the plate, and let him do a taste test. So just a second. Sorry, y'all, I messed up. I cut Ernie a piece, and he's going to have to do another taste test because with all the noise going on and everything, couldn't tell what was going on. So Ernie, go ahead and do another taste test. So how was it, Ernie?
Good.
Okay. So a little recap. It's the ground beef with the veggies mixed in, some eggs, and then I put it in a pie shell and baked it. And it's staying together just like I wanted to. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Go ahead and say it again.
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah.
Okay. There it is. Thanks for watching. Yes, I think he likes it. Look how much of it he's already eaten. Okay.